Welcome in to the Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast, the only podcast that is always, I mean always, he means always, they mean always, you mean always, she means always, an instant classic.
Danny Dunn! Hi, Jake.
We'll see you on the flippity dippity. Oh yeah.
What is going on, everybody? And welcome back to another edition of the Juggernaut Show. And on this episode today, I'm going to be tonight on this late Sunday evening, I'm going to be reviewing Money in the Bank 2022. No, Money in the Bank was on Peacock and pay-per-view, or it was on Peacock and the WWE Network last night, which was Saturday, July 2nd, 2022. And this review is probably going to be going up to, on July 4th, sometime early in the morning. So stay on the lookout for this video when you're watching it. But before we get started with this review, go follow me on all my social media platforms. Go follow me on Twitter and Instagram at TheTrueJSB. And then you can also go, check out the Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast. You can follow us on Twitter at ICW_podcast, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. It's all the same thing at ICW_podcast. And then you can also listen to us on Spotify, listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Anchor. And then you can also watch us on YouTube as well, or you can listen to us, whatever you want to do. See our beautiful faces. So, yeah. But, no. Excuse me. Let's go ahead and get started with this Money in the Bank 2022 review. So, kind of my overall thoughts going into the show, or like kind of my overall thoughts about this show. I thought it was a good show. The crowd was very much into this show. They were in Las Vegas, Nevada. They had two big events going on. They had a WWE show going on, and then across the street, they had at the T-Mobile Arena, they had what was it? The UFC 276 going on. So they had some pretty big events going on. So and I think this crowd, in Las Vegas, was very hyped for this show the whole night. They were invested. There is some unpredictable things that happen on the show, which you can see, see some spoilers right here on what happened already. So, there were some pretty big things that happened. Some things I was going, okay, yeah, that ain't too bad. And other things are like, yeah, I'm not a fan of, which we'll talk about when I get to that stuff. But let's go ahead and get started with this review. So, the first match that kicks off the show is the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. We got Becky Lynch, Liv Morgan, Asuka, Alexa Bliss, Shotzi, Raquel Rodriguez, and Lacey Evans. And let me tell you this, I'm kind of getting tired of like all these gimmicky match pay-per-views like Money in the Bank, TLC, which they didn't have a TLC pay-per-view last year, like Elimination Chamber, Hell in a Cell, because like these match stipulations they don't feel special anymore. It's like the only time we need to have these matches is if it calls for it, which you like, oh, it's about that time, Money in the Bank time there. It's going to throw 7 or 8 random people however many people are going to be in the match. You're going to just throw random people in the match, without kind of doing like any build up for it. Which, that's one thing I hate, And like WWE, they do really bad builds with Raw and SmackDown leading up to pay-per-views. And then when it comes to pay-per-views, they have it, it's decent. The pay-per-views are good. But they do terrible build-ups, which it's been that way for a while. It's nothing new with WWE. But I'm just kind of getting tired of these match gimmicky pay-per-views. Like even Extreme Rules is one of them. It's just like they're so watered down now, and like we see way too much of them. Like there has to be one for the women, and there also has to be one for the men. I get it, equality. They want to have women be doing the same stuff that the men are doing, but still, like it's just too much, we see these matches way too often. But about this women's Money Bank Ladder match, I thought it was decent. There were some spots in this match that looked dangerous, like especially with Shotzi. Shotzi, she was taking some really risky moves here. Like there was a point where she tried to run up the ladder and she kind of slipped. I mean, I gotta give the Shotzi. I mean, she was trying out here, but like she was messing up quite a bit. Doing some dangerous spots. Becky Lynch was looking good in this match. Asuka looked really good. I really liked watching her. Liv Morgan. I mean, those were like the really three standouts in this match. Didn't really see a whole lot of Alexa Bliss in this match. I mean, Raquel Rodriguez, she was actually looking pretty decent also. Like she was being really dominant. I thought she could have been like a dark horse to win this match because, she, a few months ago when she had a match with Ronda Rousey, was it with Ronda? Yeah, it was with Ronda. It was a good title match. I really enjoyed that. So I feel like maybe eventually down the line they could give the title to Raquel Rodriguez because, like I said, I think she's a big woman. She has a lot of muscles to her. I feel like she'd be a good. She's a woman that Vince would like. But no, like I said, I thought this was decent. Becky Lynch, she really hit a nice. She did a nice spot off the ladder on the outside of the ring onto Asuka. It's like she tried to use like the you kind of use the edge of the ladder there, or you not use complete her her whole butt to land on Asuka. But Asuka, she really sold it. Sold that spot when Becky Lynch did like that seated senton. So I thought that was a nice spot in the match. But in the end, Liv Morgan did end up winning the Money in the Bank briefcase. I like how, so it was Becky Lynch and Liv Morgan. They had two separate ladders up. And then the one that Liv Morgan was on, it kind of went sideways. And then Liv Morgan used her momentum to kick off the ropes and then kick Becky Lynch off the ladder. And then Liv Morgan went up and got the Money in the Bank briefcase. So I thought that was good. It was well deserved for Liv Morgan here. So yeah, I mean, I'm happy for her. And that's who I had in my predictions going in. I said Liv Morgan's gonna be the one who wins here. But yeah, I mean, it was definitely a solid match. But like I said, there were some spots that really seemed forced and like they were trying a little too hard. Like, and some of the spots looked a little dangerous. So it wasn't my favorite Money in the Bank match that ever happened, but for the women. But I mean, it was okay for what it was. And then the following match we had was, let me find it here. And then the next match we had was, the United States title match. Theory defending the title against Bobby Lashley. So it was an okay match. I mean, Theory, he did his normal stuff, being a chicken shit heel in this match. I like at the beginning of the match where Bobby Lashley, it looks like he's going to win the match really quick. He hits some big moves right out the gate. And then, of course, Theory, he starts running away, being that cowardly heel he is. I mean, there was good stuff. I mean, there were some points where the match was kind of slow. But in the end, Bobby Lashley did end up winning the United States Championship. Like, he countered the 8-count down into into the Hurt Lock or this into the Master Lock. So he countered that, he countered the 8-count down into a Hurt Lock, and then Austin Theory started tapping out. This kind of reminds me of what happened like at WrestleMania 31 when Seth Rollins, lost to Randy Orton. Lost to Randy Orton on that show, and then later on night he cashed in on Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar. This is what kind of Theory's reminding me of right now, because we'll talk about later in the night here or later on in this review. But like I said, I thought it was a decent match. Bobby Lashley was getting cheered a lot. I feel like I like this face, Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley here. He was doing some really good stuff. So I think they're doing some really good stuff with him. But yeah, I mean, it was an okay match. Nothing too crazy. And that crowd, popped hard when Bobby Lashley won. I think, like I said, I think he really deserved it. And who knows if we're going to be getting Theory and Cena at SummerSlam. We might be getting, we might not, because apparently I think Cena is recording or like shooting for a movie right now. I think it might be the whole rest of the summer. So we'll see if Cena will be available for SummerSlam at the end of July here, which is like 27 days away. But yeah, let's go on to the next match, which we had was a Raw Women's title match. Carmella was the challenger, and she was going up against the champion, Bianca Belair. There's a couple of turnoffs I have with this match. So I don't like Corey Graves on commentary. Like, he was just trying to like kiss Carmella's ass a lot during this match. He was just like, I understand that that's his wife. But like, he was being so biased, and like I just hate Corey Graves on commentary. I don't know why. Like, I don't mind him in the ring. I don't mind Corey Graves in the ring, but I don't know. I just can't stand him on commentary. Well, I can't stand the whole Raw commentary team. I can't stand Byron Saxton. I can't stand that Jimmy. What's his name? That I can't remember exactly. The bald dude. I can't stand him either. It's like the whole Raw team is like Jimmy Smith, I think that's his name. Yeah, I just can't stand him at all. But it was right to have Bianca Belair retain the title here. I mean, Carmella did not need to win the title here. I think Carmella was just like too obsessed with like her wardrobe here with her like attire and stuff, and like so was Bianca Belair, because Bianca Belair she makes her own attires and stuff. But I mean, it was an okay match. I mean, Carmella, she was, talking a whole bunch of trash in this match, saying how she's, Mela is money, that she's better than Bianca Belair. But I mean, yeah, it was okay for what it was. This was kind of a pee break match. I mean, I really wasn't caring much about this because I knew that Bianca Belair wasn't going to lose the title here. But Bianca Belair did end up retaining by the kiss of death. After Carmella was trying to run her mouth too much. Like I said, it was okay for what it was, but really nothing special in this match. I think the money match is for with Bianca's next opponent is going to be with Rhea Ripley. I think we'll be getting that at SummerSlam, because I'm not sure how long Rhea is going to be injured for, but I'm pretty sure, like I said, I'm pretty sure that's going to be happening at SummerSlam, which that's definitely, that'll be a good match to see. But yeah, like I said, it was unfortunate that the match had to get changed to Carmella and Bianca at this show, but hey, we'll see what happens at SummerSlam though. Which it's weird that SummerSlam is going to be happening in July, at the end of July here. Which we got two shows on the same day. We got a UFC show and SummerSlam, so we're going to be doing the same thing over again, which is going to be crazy. But yeah, let's move on to the next match here, which we have is the unified tag team titles on the line. We got the Usos defending the titles against the Street Profits. This was no doubt the best match of the night. Kind of the beginning of this match was kind of slow, in my opinion. But it really picked up midway in the match. Like, Montez Ford, he was looking really good in this match, doing his normal, high flying big spots, and he looks really smooth in the ring. He's got a lot more muscle to him. He looks like he flies around really good for, with more muscle on him. So I mean, he looks pretty good. The Usos, they were hitting a lot of super kicks. I like this one suplex on the apron that I think was Jimmy Uso did that. It was like on the Montez Ford. I thought that was cool. I like that one spot where it was Montez Ford. He went jumping off the top rope, and one of the Usos hit him with a super kick. So I thought that was a nice spot. Well, what else? What else was I mean, there was a lot of nice tag team maneuvers. The crowd was really into this match. There was even like a "Fight Forever" chant that was going on, or like "This is awesome," Like we saw where all four guys were in the ring, and then they started like brawling, punching each other. I thought that was cool. There was one spot where Montez Ford, he did a dive over the ring post onto both Usos. And also, Dawkins, he was looking good. I mean, he was flying good in this match. I mean, he did a nice tope con hilo over the top rope onto the Usos. But in the end, the Usos didn't end up retaining. They were starting to hit some super kicks. It was like Dawkins, and when Dawkins, got sent over the barricade, like to the ring top, like into the ring keeper's area. And then the Usos hit the 1D, not the 3D, the 1D. So yeah, they hit the 1D. And then it was weird. I think it was Jey Uso or one of them. They hooked Montez Ford's arm, which I don't know why they did that. So his arm was up during the count. So it looks like they're going to be doing maybe a rematch at they might set up a rematch at SummerSlam, which I'm all down for. Maybe they add the stipulation to it. Maybe they make it a 2 out of 3 falls, because they've been having a lot of matches as of late. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see something like that, like a 2 out of 3 falls, or like a steel cage or something. Add some spice onto this. Put in a ladder match. I wouldn't mind seeing it in a ladder match. I mean, I think that'd be pretty cool. But probably watch it be a no disqualification or like a 2 out of 3 falls. Like I said, I think this was the best match of the night, and the crowd, I think they definitely agree with that also. But let's move on to the next match, which was, which was the SmackDown Women's title on the line. We had Ronda Rousey defending the title against Natalya. And, I thought this was a decent match here. I thought it was okay. Going into this match, I thought this match wasn't going to be as good as like the Raw Women's title was. But I think this match was actually better a little bit. There were some really good transitions in this match, like with Natalya, and Natalya, she can do amateur wrestling. She could do some pretty good technical wrestling, and then it kind of saw from that in this match here. I like how both women were using each other's submission. Like there was one point where Natalya, she used the arm breaker, and then there was one point where Ronda Rousey, she was using the sharpshooter. So I thought that was really cool. And even when Ronda Rousey, she had in the sharpshooter locked on, she did the Shawn Michaels pose, and I tell you, the crowd just started booing the heck out of that. They hated that. And I thought that was I thought Ronda Rousey did one of the coolest reversals to the sharpshooter. Natalya was doing it on the ring apron, and then Ronda Rousey reverses it into the ring post, and Natalya's back of her head hits the ring post. So I thought that was, really, really cool in the match. I thought that was an awesome spot. What else was good? Like I said, I just thought the transitions in this match, the submissions were pretty good. And I feel like right at the beginning of the match, I feel like Natalya, she was, trying to be like a face in this match, which, she is a heel and stuff. So I wasn't exactly sure what was going on there with that. But in the end, Natalya did end up tapping to Ronda Rousey to like the cross arm bar, or like it felt like a cross arm bar, like triangle modified. And then after the match, we had Liv Morgan come out, and she came in and cashed in her briefcase. Like, no way, she's just gonna no way, she's not gonna be cashing in tonight. She's not doing that. But no, she came in and cashed in the briefcase. And then so it looks like Liv Morgan, she got put in the sharpshooter. And there were like so many boos when Ronda Rousey put on the sharpshooter. Yeah, like I said, there were so many boos when Ronda Rousey put on the sharpshooter, but Liv kicked the hurt leg of Ronda Rousey, and then did a roll up onto Rousey and got the 1, 2, 3. And your new SmackDown Women's Champion is Liv Morgan. So I thought that was right to do it here. To have Liv Morgan win, because she's a face. She doesn't need to be carrying around this briefcase for a long time. So I thought that was good, and I think it's a well-deserved moment for Liv Morgan. She really deserved to win the title here. And I think it's going to be interesting on what Ronda Rousey does next here, because after the match, after this match we saw with Rousey and Liv, they kind of were hugging and stuff. So maybe is Ronda Rousey going to be going away for a while? I feel like maybe they could do a rematch for SummerSlam. So we'll see if that happens. But yeah, for this face, Liv Morgan to win here, I thought was definitely really good. Because like I said, it's understandable for a heel to be carrying around the briefcase for a long time, but when you have a face like Liv Morgan is, they don't need to be carrying around the briefcase for a whole long time. So yeah, like I said, it was good here. Who knows if this is going to be a long title reign for her, but like I said, this is a well-deserved title reign for Liv Morgan. And then let's move on to the main event of the evening, which was the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. We had Riddle going up against Seth Rollins, going up against Drew McIntyre, going up against Omos, Sheamus, Sami Zayn, and that mystery person was announced on SmackDown, which was Madcap Moss. But before this match got started, Adam Pearce came out and said, "Hey," try to come out like a babyface and say, "Hey, you guys want one more person in this match?" And they brought out Theory. This was definitely have Vince written all over bringing out Theory, because Vince is high on Theory. Because apparently he's Theory's like a John Cena 2.0. Trying to really do a lot of good things for McMahon, and I can really see a lot of scene of him. I can also see a lot of Randy Orton in him, like the Legend Killer in him. I kind of see that quite a bit. But once they put Theory in this match, I'm like, no, they're gonna make Theory win the briefcase. They're gonna make him win. And that's what they did here. They made him win, which was kind of upset a little bit. Like I was kind of upset about this result of this match here, because I thought this match was decent. I don't think it was the best Money in the Bank match I've seen, but there was some pretty cool stuff that was going on. I think some of the stuff that I really didn't like in this match was like when Omos, he was being really dominant in this match. I really wasn't a big fan of that. Seth Rollins, I mean, we didn't really see a whole lot of Seth Rollins in this match. Like, I thought Seth Rollins was going to be the one to take it, or like Drew McIntyre be the one to take it, because, you know, they have the UK pay-per-view coming up here in September. So I got, you know what, maybe they might give it to Drew McIntyre. I don't know. You know, have him cash in at that Clash at the Castle, I think. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, Clash at the Castle. But no, like, they gave it to Theory here. Yeah, so like I said, I really wasn't a big fan of, you know, Omos being really dominant, but I did enjoy when Omos, he got buried under a whole bunch of ladders. And then they did like a 6-man power bomb to Omos to announce table. I thought that was the most hilarious spot I've ever seen in professional wrestling. Like, I never seen it before. Like, all of them, and they kind of struggled to lift him up. It seemed like a Big Show spot, you know, like how they have Big Show in the Royal Rumble and they all gang up on him, or, you know, when they all gang up on the big man. Well, that was funny here. Like, they tossed him onto the table and the table broke. I was dying laughing at this spot here. I thought it was funny. It was nice seeing Sheamus and Drew McIntyre. It was nice seeing, you know, they kind of had an alliance a little bit in this match. You know, they were working on Riddle a lot during this match. So I thought that was nice. I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, Sheamus, it looks like we maybe might be getting a Sheamus and Drew McIntyre feud at SummerSlam. So I'll be all in to see that, because, you know, like, seeing these guys, you know, these guys have a history with each other. You know, they have really good chemistry in the ring, so I wouldn't mind seeing that. Madcap Moss, he was looking pretty decent. I think definitely the MVP of this match was Riddle. You know, he hit a floating bro off the top of the ladder onto everybody in the match. I thought that was nice. He had a really nice moonsault on, like, the outside of the ring on everybody, and that was pretty cool. And then there was this. Riddle also hit a nice RKO onto Seth Rollins off the top of the ladder, and this is probably one of the best RKOs I've seen off a ladder. It was like, this was higher than, like, the spot that they did from, like, Money Bank 2013 with, like, Rob Van Dam. You know, it wasn't as high up that time, but no, this time it was higher up here. So I thought that was awesome. And the crowd was so much behind Riddle in this match. You know, they wanted Riddle to win. But like I said, in the end, you know, we had Riddle at the top, and then Theory comes out of nowhere and he hits Riddle off of the ladder, and then Theory unhooks the briefcase. To now your Mr. Money in the Bank winner is Austin Theory. So, you know, I was kind of upset, but like I said, I thought, like I said, it should have been somebody like Drew or Rollins. But hey, I mean, we complain about, you know, WWE not making stars, and, you know, they're making a star out of Theory right now. I mean, McMahon's trying to do that. And I think it was kind of funny on commentary how Michael Cole was like, "Oh, this is definitely Vince McMahon, you know, Vince McMahon's idea," which I didn't know that they were supposed to say Vince McMahon, or be able to say it, since, you know, he had to step away from wrestling for a while. You know, since he had to step down from being like the CEO, or not the CEO, or step down like as the chairman right now. So I didn't know that they were supposed to be able to say his name. And even, you know, during the match, we had, you know, Sheamus lackeys get involved, you know, Butch, which I hate how they call him Butch. Yeah, I wish they still called him Pete Dunne. Butch and I can't remember the other guy's name. Rich Holland, there we go. He got involved, you know, tried to take out Drew McIntyre and stuff. Sami Zayn, you know, he was being, you know, very slimy in this match. You know, I thought people were really behind Sami Zayn also in this match. People wanted to see him win, which I have a feeling that eventually he's going to be doing that face turn when the Bloodline they turn on him, which I feel like that's coming very, very soon. Like I said, Austin Theory Theory, he won the Money in the Bank briefcase, which I have a feeling he's going to be holding it for a long time. But I could be wrong. Maybe he could be cashing in at SummerSlam. I mean, there'll probably be a big pop because, there's always big pops for Money in the Bank cash-ins, in the moment. And then the next day, they go like, oh, man, that person cashed in. And everybody gets upset. But in the moment, everybody is like, this pop for a cash-in. But I don't know. Maybe I have a feeling he's going to hold it for a year. I just don't feel like Roman is going to be getting cashed in on right now. Maybe like past WrestleMania or something. Like, I don't know. I just don't feel like he's ready for a title run. But who knows? I could be very wrong here. I could be very wrong. We'll see what happens. But yeah, that was your Money in the Bank 2022 review. That was a decent show. I mean, it wasn't the best show of the year, but it was solid for what it was. Definitely maybe like a 7 out of 10 pay-per-view. But definitely the match of the night on the show was definitely the Usos and the Street Profits. That was the best match of the night, and despite with not having Roman Reigns on the show and not having Cody Rhodes on the show, I mean they made the best for what they had. I mean, AEW, they made it, like I said, AEW, they made the best for what they had, and I guess WWE made the best for what they had to book for this show. And I guess they're trying to build new stars. So yeah, I guess we can't say, oh, WWE's not building new stars. I mean, they are trying to build new stars right now. But yeah, if this is the first time ever checking out my channel, please hit that subscribe button for more videos. I got some watch alongs to do coming up here later on for you guys. What else? We got some retro reviews coming up. I might be doing some Money in the Banks because it still is July. And usually Money in the Bank happens later on in July. So I'm gonna do some like retro reviews for you guys. And don't forget to follow me on my social media platforms. Go follow me on Twitter and Instagram at the True GSB. And then also go check out the Instant Classic Wrestling podcast, the only podcast that is always an Instant Classic. And you can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at ICW_podcast. And you can also listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcast, Anchor. You can listen to us on YouTube, or you can watch us on YouTube and see our beautiful faces. Just whatever you guys want to do here, But hopefully you guys all enjoyed my Money in the Bank 2022 review. Like I said, disliked it, liked it, disliked it, whatever you guys want to do. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Go down in the comments, tell me what your thoughts on the show were. Don't forget to share the video. Turn on that post notification bell to be notified every time I make a new video. And hopefully you guys have a good Independence Day. Because like I said, this video is going to be posted on Independence Day. So if you guys have a good Independence Day or whatever you guys are celebrating, hopefully everybody's safe out there. And this is Juggernaut saying peace out. And I will catch you guys in my next video whenever that